Well, I honestly think it needs to be talked about because, the truck series is it's not a locals club. It's not, kids that are learning. It's guys that have already kind of made their footprint somewhere. So I just guess, what's your thoughts and does NASCAR need to have like a strict policy or a conversation with some of these truck drivers with knowing that they're setting an example on a national scale?
Part of that, I had that literal exact conversation with my dad this morning, talking about it is, it's not a learning series. I mean, it is, a feeder series, but it is one of the top levels of motorsports in the country, and it should look like it. And I don't know, just we've seen knee-jerk reactions and situations across all three of our series. We see it in local series every week right now. It's just it's certainly a mentality change, and it's just frustrating watching stuff happen that's affects a lot more people than someone who is upset that they got bumped at one point. And yesterday, obviously, he should have been mad. He got dumped first, but there's a lot bigger picture going on in all these races, and everybody's very much in the moment about what their certain situation is, and you just don't see conversations had anymore. It just comes down to those, for lack of a better term, just temper tantrums. It's just that quick, immediate response. I got to do something right now to remedy this, and it affects a ton of other people, and it affects a race that we've got millions of eyes on.
Did it surprise you, like the closing laps and all that chaos?
No, I pretty much knew once that one happened, it was going to be what it was the rest of the time. So, it's partly because of what everybody's up against and what's on the line, and one race for a championship. It kind of feeds into some of that, but a lot of it is just a mentality and just in the hands of the people holding the steering wheel. So you think about, I mean, it's basically like trying to win a race, right? It's one race to get done, so it's like most every week it's trying to figure out how to win. There's just a much bigger picture at play. That win can mean a whole lot more for the Final Four.
Carson's coming up to the Cup Series. Do you feel like he needs to have a conversation with some of you guys or all of you guys before Daytona? How do you think he needs to approach the next 3 months?
I mean, not with all of us. And, he's done a great job in the races he's done. He's been very competitive. Has shown a lot of potential, and has shown spurts that have looked like last night. And I don't want to feel like I'm picking on any one person because, like I said, I've seen this a lot, and we're seeing it more and more across all sport or all forms of motorsports. And it's just you're going to get run into short track racing. So you go to a Martinsville and you got run into, or you get pushed around. You should expect that. I talked about that before we went into it, and people say, how do you race different? Do you get upset with non-playoff drivers when you're fighting for this? I said, no, it's Martinsville. What do you expect? I mean, if you're going to get hit, you're going to hit somebody else. It's kind of it's part of what we do when we go to places like that. You try and be reasonable about it, right? You're not going to just dive bomb into somebody, but you're inevitably going to run into people. When you come to bigger tracks, the racing changes a little bit. There's good racing last night too. It was fantastic racing at times, and that was exciting and had a heck of a finish. Those last 25 or 30 laps before that first caution, and that really triggered everything. But that's what I like to see. That's what I like to be a part of. What ended up ultimately finishing the race. The last restart ended up being a heck of a battle for that championship there, and it was really close. But there was a lot of frustration by a lot of people in the meantime.
In 10 years, I don't think we've ever seen a finale quite like that. Do you feel it's like we're at a point where such a finish could happen on Sunday?
Yeah, it may not have seen it quite like that, but I feel like it's definitely been trending, and it could. It is better at this level. I think that there is a higher level of maturity and respect among drivers, and we've all been around a lot longer too, so it should be that way. It goes back to the real comment though, is the Truck Series is a lot less wheel or seat time for everybody, but it is not just some series that you start out in. It's a series that you've had to prove yourself through some other form of racing to get to that point. So I do feel like it should be held to a higher standard. And I don't have the answer how to make that happen, who has to enforce that, who has to try and get that across. But I feel like that when it comes to the Cup Series, we will have a better race than that ultimately. I don't see a place where it looks the same.
And also, I did want to talk about your season this year. You guys had 3 wins, made it to the round of 8. Just put all this. It seems like you guys finally arrived this year. Just put all this, all the success you had into words, and even though it didn't have the best ending heading into this race.
Yeah, it's there's only one person that's going to say it was the best ending. So that being said, I am extremely proud of everything that we've done at RFK this season, of our ability to go win races and to be in a hunt to win a lot more than that, to put up a fight throughout playoffs. Unfortunately, the last round just wasn't our strongest start to finish. I look back at the other rounds and we were basically 4th to 5th in all of those. So thought we'd be a little closer to making the cut, and just didn't have it go as well as needed to. I need to clean some stuff up, and will next time we get to that point. And we got to find a little bit more speed at some certain styles of tracks. But at the end of the day, the beginning of the season, that was our goal, was to be fighting for a championship spot at the end of the year. And although we would have loved to have been able to push it one more week and say we were here fighting for it, making it that far was certainly big for us, and a huge accomplishment, especially in such a short turnaround time when I think about RFK as an organization. So no, it's been a great season, and I didn't do a good job at showing that at sometimes. Had some frustrations the last couple of weeks, and had to take a step back and realize that that wasn't really warranted. That got a little greedy, and we all are here. We want to win every week. That's not realistic in our sport, but wanted more and wasn't quite able to get that done. But at the end of the day, we should be very proud and excited about our season.
Thank you.
This is Austin Dillon, driver of the Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also check out one of those 2 videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.